Yes.
All right, so let's make a formal introduction for our listener. Good morning, Iris. My name is Claudio, and I'm calling you from Washington, D.C., from the studios in Fairfax City. We are very humble and grateful that Iris accepted our invitation to our show. Um, Iris, welcome to the show. Hi, Budar. Handudet.
Hey, amazing.
Well, your language is very difficult, man.
I know. It's not easy. But you tried and you get points for that. But yeah, I'm
So
good. It's yeah, everything's
so let's
nice.
go back. This year, Iris had been a crazy year for everybody, right? With the pandemic, and if you're a musician, you cannot tour, you cannot go to much. If you have a family, you are afraid to take the kids out, and it's crazy, because as an artist, you get paid when you play live, right? You don't make any money like you used to with selling CDs and selling albums and so on and so forth. So if you cannot play, you no money coming in. So how you manage it, how you holding up, how your
Oof.
family, your life, your creativity, how is this been affected for over a year now, right?
Oh, yeah, Lord, that's intense. Well, it's been intense. I think at first it was like a big shock because I didn't know exactly where to place myself because I couldn't go home to, like, I live with a couple of friends in the city and I
Yeah.
came straight from London when like the lockdown came and I couldn't go there because one of them is at risk. So I was like, okay, so do I go to my parents? No, that's not smart. So I went to our cabin in the woods and
Yeah.
and I went there for like 2 days, and then there was like a cabin lockdown, so no one was allowed to be at cabins. So then I went like, okay, I can live in the basement of my parents' house and just not see anyone. So I had like 3 weeks there or 2 weeks where I was like just all by myself, and it was like I was going insane. And after that, thing just went downhill with like creativity and everything. But that was also like at the same time I started writing or picking like the songs for the album, and like I wrote Lavender in Heaven, and things were like I had these small glimpses of creativity. But like I think the last year I only wrote like 3 or 4 new songs because it said
But
stop.
but how's the situation in your country now? It's much better now, right? It's open up,
Yeah,
right?
now it's really nice. It's like it's yeah, like I just got my like the mail for a vaccination thing, so I'm getting vaccinated next week, and like people are starting to like open up a bit more. Yeah, so it's much better, and I'm so happy about
And
that.
all the venues where people play, like outside like this, they are
Mm.
they're they're ready for August and September, right? They're completely opening up, right? Or no, not yet.
Well, like the big stages, you mean for
Yeah,
like concerts?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, they like we just played a gig at like one of the big stages here in Bergen, and then they just had like chairs, and it was a maximum like cap at 600 people, and I think it's and like normally it's twice, or I don't know, it's 3,000 maybe more. So
Yeah.
like it's open, but everything is still very like yeah,
Little by little, right?
yeah.
Yes, here in Washington, I live in Virginia, in the border with Washington D.C., and now all the venues are opening by August and September. All of them are opening. So
Mm.
normally I see close to 30 shows a year, so I go everywhere. I live in the border with Virginia and Washington and Maryland, so every band come this way, and I mean every band.
Mm.
So that's what I'm able to see that many shows, and I was going crazy because I couldn't see the bands, of course, for now. So I saw two, and then I'm going to see another show tomorrow, and little by little start, seeing a lot of big names. So I'm happy with
That's
this.
amazing.
Were you born like in a musical family? When you discovered that, or your parents go, well, you can sing, no, not only play guitar or whatever. What when do you realize that you know you come you decided, well,
Well,
everybody can sit in the shower, but eventually you say,
yeah.
well, your parent, can I take piano lesson or singing lesson? How
Mm.
did it start?
Well, I come from a very like music loving family, so it's always been a lot of music, and from like when I was a baby, I guess I remember we listened to the Beatles, and like I started to dive into like that kind of like so, type of songwriting, I guess, like very like pop. And I fell in love with Joni Mitchell, and it was all through my like parents, how like they showed me these singer-songwriters. And I don't know like when I decided to, because it just happened, because I liked to write stories and I wrote a lot of texts. And then I wanted to learn how to play saxophone, but my mother was like, maybe you should think about another instrument. And I was like, okay, guitar. And then I started playing guitar, and then it just made sense. It was like a puzzle piece. Like, I have these lyrics or like these poems, and now I have an instrument. Maybe I can just. So it kind of just happened, and then it turned into being something that I had to do. Like it felt like I needed to put it into a song, because then it like yeah, like, you know, like therapy in a way for me. But yeah, and then I started music school after. Like, we have, I don't know how, like the school in Norway is a bit different from there. So like after you finish, like when you're 15, you start like high school, and you have that for 3 years. And in Bergen you can go into like a music school. So there I started with I couldn't read anything, like any notes. But then I learned that, and I sang classical, like opera stuff. And then I learned to play piano and learned like some of the theory. And that's when I started playing in a band, and things were just like happened all at once, it felt like. Yeah.
The parents had like a lot of vinyl or CDs at home. So you were exposed to a lot of stuff.
Yes, a lot of, like, my dad has a nice, like, not enormous, but a nice like collection of vinyls. And he also has a lot of CDs. So there's like, our living room is like full of that. And yeah.
God, I mean, your dad one day, I have 4 floors of that.
Yeah, he would love that. I was just thinking, you guys should be friends.
Yeah, I have, I don't know, like 5,000 CDs and about 3,000 vinyl and
Yeah.
Blu-rays, a lot. Because I do like a wide range of stuff, right?
Mm.
Sometimes I want to listen to Genesis, Peter Gabriel, or Blondie, or Coldplay, on original stuff, or Hoover's Phonic, or High Sakai, or uh, many. It depends on my mood, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it depends on what I want to do that day or whatever with my job. So
Yeah.
when you finished the equivalent of high school here, you were part of a band, and at the time you kind of decided, well, if you're going to a musical school, you want to say, well, I want to, instead of going to medical school or be an engineer, whatever, you say, well, I want to give this a try, right? I want to kind of give music a try. I don't know if I want to make it or not, but you want to give it. And your parents were supportive. They say, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because like, also, like, when you go to that music, like music high school kind of thing, you still get like the normal like diploma. So you can still go into like medical school after, or you can go to like all other sorts of things. So it's never like, it's something you do. And then many of those who go to music high school is just like, okay, I ended up doing something else. So they were like, okay, but that you love it. And this like, I don't think they realized that I was going for it until I started like going solo, and like show them what I really wanted to make. And like, that's when they understood. And then they've always been supportive of that. A bit like, what's the word, nervous that I
Yeah.
like, it's like, how will it go, like financially, like with the economy, blah blah, for me. But like, it's just a hustle. You just have to work really really hard, and when they see that it kind of it works out, and it's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true that in some other businesses, you know, going to medical school, for example, is very, very difficult, right? So, but in music too, I mean, there are so many, I don't know, maybe average musicians that would not make it, and if you're not good enough, you're not going to make enough money. So people give it the music a try, and they say, well, if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to school and enroll
Yeah.
in a university and stuff like that. But for you, you decided no, I want to give it a try. I want to go all the way, and it works out, man.
Yeah, I think like it was like my mentality at one point, or like it still is. It's just that this is what I'm gonna do, and I don't want to have any like I don't want to have a plan B. I don't want to do that because I don't want it to be like a desperation, but I want it that much that if like I can't do it, I would like I'm willing to like sleep um on not on the street, but like I could live on the couch. Like I don't need anything fancy. It's just like you
Music
do
is,
what.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Good for
Mhm.
you, man. Yeah, you got sometimes you gotta take risks in your life and go for it. Any particular genres or artists that have, in a way, influenced your your music, your sound, your writing? Any particular people that you say, man, I remember those three people were very. I mean, everybody knows Johnny Mitchell, but of course,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, because that's like one of the first ones that I was like I remember that was one of the vinyls I actually bought for myself, and
wow,
yeah, and I got to borrow my dad's old vinyl record player, and I had it in like a collective that I lived in, and I remember just putting it on and just sitting next to the speakers and being like, oh, this is so raw emotion, and I haven't really found that same feeling like in like a whole like in whole a whole artist. I kind of started to be interested in Kate Bush as well, but that wasn't like until last year, so I still have to like dive deeper into that. But I also remember seeing a concert with it's a British artist called Lapsley.
no,
She
I don't know.
she's pretty good, and when I saw her live, it was something. I wasn't supposed to be at that concert. I was about to leave, but then she started playing, and I couldn't stop like looking or like listening. It was, and I remember thinking, like, there's so much in this, like these sounds. It's very like electronical, and she like pitches her vocal like down, but like doing it live, like through a computer or blah blah blah. And she, and I don't know, it was just something that inspired me. So then I started to listen to her as well. But I think like it's hard for me to find one artist that really I feel like has been like a role model, because the one thing that has been important is that it feels like a raw emotion, or it gives me some kind of uh, like you can feel it in your stomach or in your heart, and that's
I got you. No, I understand exactly what you're saying. It's
yeah.
I listen to if I listen to all your stuff last
Mm,
night and the night before, and if I take the sound and the music and I just concentrate in the lyrics,
mm,
some are I don't know, maybe very personal, right?
yeah.
Uh, how it, it do you are how can I ask this question? Does it make you get uncomfortable thinking about your kind of personal life, and or you kind of, or you have no choice? Some people have no choice. They need to express,
Yeah.
a da, you're a boyfriend that broke out, or a guy that you like, or a girl that you like, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and you have no choice. You need to put in writing. Otherwise, you will not pass that stage, right? So
Yeah.
it how does it make you feel that, personal stuff? It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's the only way. It's like for me, it's I want to. That's what one of the one. If I'm gonna stand on the stage and like sing in front of people, I want it to be honest. And it doesn't have to be like sad or like very like anything of that. I would just want it to be really honest. And like the thing I really want to like become the best at is lyrics. So that's what I want to be the like yeah, the best at finding words for things people need to say, but they don't know how. Like I remember when I was younger and I found songs that had lyrics that I felt so connected to. It was like, oh, this is exactly what I needed to hear, or this is exactly my situation, and we need that. So I don't, yeah,
The way you put it is very, very, yeah, you have no choice. That's absolutely right. So for me, music, I have no choice. I need to do this stuff, right? Although I'm an engineer and I do other stuff and I have done well in my life, I, I have to do stuff. I couldn't live without music. I don't, as I mentioned before, I don't play any instrument. I don't know how to read music. Like
Mm.
going to a live gig and seeing an artist, and I know a song inside out, but it's a different version. And
Yeah.
listen live is very, very important, right?
Yeah.
If I were poor, right, I can go to YouTube and listen every single show that was ever. But it's not the same thing. I need to see the artist, you know. Plus,
Yeah.
as you as a musician, the chemistry and the people like the stuff, and
Mm.
when if it's nice weather and they demo the light and it's right.
Mm. Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
it is.
And yeah, so what about, I want to bring your attention to the following tracks. You can tell me whatever you felt the time you were writing. The first one is called Hidden Spring. How
Mm.
the composition come together, I think from the album Femme Floral, which has became very, very famous. So,
Yeah. Well, it's yeah, Hidden Springs. That was it's kind of funny. It's actually a place in United States of America, and I don't know, I don't remember where, but it was because I was in love at that point in time, and that person
yeah.
had been like exchanging in Hidden Springs, and I was when they told me about it, I was so obsessed with the name Hidden Springs, so I was like, I have to remember this. And the story was just so the place sounded so beautiful, and I really just wanted to go there. But then I ended up like sort of like just making it a part of this song, which is most of all like, yeah, when I wrote it, it was a declaration of love in a way. But now, because the feeling of songs changes, but now it feels more like a dream, or like it's this state of dreaming or falling asleep and waking up. But the whole production and all of it came together very quickly, and I worked on the production with a guy here in Bergen who is a close friend of mine, and it's just we everything. I don't know how to explain it. It was just very, things were very like easy in how this works. It was like almost the first things, kind of everything fell uh, in the right place. And then I finished it with a guy called Chorus who lives in London. And that's when we like took away some of the synths, and he took the guitar on, and everything felt more. Ah, now we're there.
Yeah.
It's the right state.
Wow, it's beautiful. Good way to explain it. Another one is called Your Mind, the Universe. I think it's a single EP, if I remember correctly. That's a beautiful place, different
Oh,
something. Track.
yeah, I really, that's a really special song for me. It's just it's kind of the opposite from another song that I have, which is called From Inside a Car. And like it's difficult to explain like the stories of those two, because it's mostly about this this mindset of like From Inside a Car is about being like, whenever you're going to, like if you're seeing a beautiful sunset and you're seeing it with someone, and you're just like, you're looking over at that person, and it's like, oh, this is beautiful, and then you just see in their eyes that they don't see it, like they don't understand, like they can't see the same thing that you do, or it's still this, like I remember it was a feeling of like feeling very alone in watching beautiful things, and I really wanted to share it with someone, like just, oh, no one understands, well, like I really, yeah, just want to, and we could see it together. And then Your Mind Universe is when I I finally got a best friend, and she's very amazing. And it was I didn't realize what the song was about before after I'd written it, and I kept thinking about it. I don't understand what it was about. But then I met her, and we were sitting in her childhood room. We were talking, and suddenly it had been like 3 hours, and I just had the same feeling as when I wrote it. And I was like, ah, this is somehow this connection. Like, and I could look at her, And she looked at me and it was like, ah, but this is actually, I feel like
Get it.
yeah, you get it. And that was the most amazing feeling. And then it suddenly felt like she had the whole universe inside of her, and I had so much to like explore. Like we could travel the world together and just be best friends and be I don't know, fierce women who just conquer everything. And it felt so powerful. So that's sort of like what the song is about. Yeah.
Great, man. Another one that I really like it. It's Romance is Dead. I think it's from the album Sensitive Being, actually, right?
Correct.
That's a very good piece too. There is another album that I listened to. They have 4 acoustic versions, but that would be my next question. But that's very, very, very well done. Very, very well done. I mean, as I say, I'm picky, right? I when I put, I drink a beer, or, not during the day, or coffee during the day, but and then I put my headphone and I I really listen to stuff. It's a difference between listening and hear, right? So I really put attention to, and I see when the bass coming or the piano start, or with the piano fade out, and I can picture myself in the studio when the stuff was put together. So I'm intense, I suppose. But that's a beautiful piece, man.
Thank
Feel
you.
free to elaborate on that one. Feel free to elaborate on that one. The
On which
Romance is
one,
Dead.
the romance or the whole acoustic?
Well, both. You can answer both in one.
Okay. Yeah, because
What do you want?
yeah, I can start with Romance instead, because that was one of my favorites in the beginning. And I remember it was that was just me sitting alone in a bar in London, and I went back to the same place every night after a session because I was there writing, and I was just sitting alone and having a glass of wine and just looking at people and just hoping that no one would talk to me, because I just wanted to sit there by myself. And I was writing in my diary, and then I was just writing and writing, and I had this like vision of like people like coming here and being like they were all like kind of hunting for love in a way. Like they were just like the boys there, the girls there, and then everyone's mixing, and then suddenly like things were like happening. It was kind of fun to watch. And then I started to think about like if I could be someone who, if I was in a state where I could be that, where I could like just give that to every one of them and like give them that attention. And I felt like if I could like make flowers grow places by just touching the walls, and I would like do that with the entire room. So it's just like this fantasy of sort of being that constant giver to everyone, but also like personally where I wanted to be that person for someone in a way. And the next day I just showed my diary to Chorus, the same guy that I worked with on Hidden Strings, and I was like, okay, this is what I wrote. I think this is a song. And he was like, yeah, this is nice. And then we just started off there.
Wow. Another album that I really like was, I think it's called Love and Other Disaster, if I remember correctly. It's excellent, according to me, right? According to Claudio, right?
Yeah.
No, according to yourself, but Iris. But that's the best stuff you ever written, if you ask me. But
Thank you. I'm very, very proud of it. That's that's like the album I just released. It's my first like full length, and
it's very, very good stuff, and you need to do well in life. My my interviews are much different than everybody else, in the sense that for me, I can ask you all the top track you have done, and you have that many, listening Bandcamp or Spotify. That's not the point. For me, I want to get to know the person, right? The musician behind the instrument or behind the guitar. So that's what I kind of ask, a little bit personal question, I suppose, too.
That's always okay with me, I would say.
Because I wanna know
Yeah.
why the person wrote that song, why you open up. I mean, Like I asked you before, open up to the world is risky. You know, you to a certain extent, right? Like for example, the song from High Kasakai, for example, right? They're
Mm,
very because I put a lot of attention. The lyrics are
mm,
they're they're really move me. They're very personal stuff. And some musician they have no choice. They put out there, and then singing the song every night. People get
mm.
attached to stuff. I'm quite sure after a concert, a lot of people will ask you the same thing, Aris.
Yeah,
Man, your music means so much to me, man, because I broke up with somebody, or my dad passed away, or I'm falling in love with another girl, whatever that is. People get attached. How does it make you feel that when people tell you that kind of stuff, they get
it's.
attached to your music, to your lyrics?
I think it's very beautiful. It's just because like now since it hasn't been that much like concerts, but like lucky for us we have the internet, and when I got like messages about that or like anything, it's just it. I don't know. The first thing I feel is like it makes me feel a bit like I don't know. It feels strange in one way that it could mean so much because then I'm suddenly out of my bubble, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, it means something to you, and you have a completely different story, and uh, I'm sorry, and I'm happy, and it's just a lot of emotions. It's just, especially if it's something sad, then it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, but also, yay for us that we can connect and be a little family with the same kind of emotions. Yeah, so it's just, yeah.
Do you still get nervous going
Yeah.
on stage, although you know the song and you guys rehearse it the night before or whatever? You get still nervous about goosebump when you really need to come out and somebody give you the microphone and
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I still get nervous because it's not always I get that feeling of like, oh, this is the like I where I really feel it all the time. Like some shows I've been so nervous and that thing never kicks in. So I've just been like, okay, I just have to get through the set. And then it's just like I'm shaking and everything is awful. But I try to like still just be raw or like honest in what I do. But it's getting better though. I'm not that nervous anymore always. So
looking back in your life, you're very young, and you have done a lot of shows already. Is any one or two in particular that you look back and say, whatever, London or
mm,
Oslo, whatever it was, you say, man, today's performance was the best I could ever done. Everything clicked. The music was good. The weather was great. I
mm,
felt great singing, and you know,
yeah.
anyone in particular that you?
Yeah, there's two I think of, and one of them was, or maybe it's three. Well, I'll stick to two. Like Dublin, I played in Dublin. I did like with a warm up for Aurora, and the crowd there was uh, just amazing, and it felt like I could do whatever I wanted, and we just all of us. It felt like all of us connected, and I could sit down on the stage and just like be on the ground and just be me all the way through, and they were just so lovely, and it felt like the set was just flowing, and yeah, it was just a very beautiful night. And then in Bergen, when I played like it was what do you call it, like a festival before like the music industry people, what's the English word, like
Oh, no idea.
I don't remember.
but I understand. Yeah. So
Yeah, some kind
they
of
were,
festival like that, and I
but they
played that.
were producer, musical people. They
Yeah,
were
like
a different audience, right?
booking people and like
Yeah, yeah.
managers and all of that. And there's the showcase festival. That's the word,
Showcase,
showcase.
yeah.
Yeah, and we played in Bergen, and that was like that was my one show where I had like visuals, and I had created like videos that were behind, and we had a light production, and all of that. Like the visual part is also important for me. And then the minute I got on stage and the music started, and we started to play, it was just then that's like one of the most intense like switches where it was just like I felt like I was electrocuted or something. It was I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Do you it, when you're singing a song, right? It's something
Mm,
important to you, right? That you wrote, and
mm,
do you does it happen to you that you go places in your mind thinking about, for example, right? Let me make something up, right? If you were in love with a particular boy or girl, whatever that is, you're singing that particular song. Did you wrote about that? You ever emotion come your head
mm,
about them? You know what I'm talking about? About
yeah.
reliving the moment in 2 minutes that you're singing. So on one hand, you need to concentrate because you don't want to forget the lyrics. But
Yeah.
on the other part of your brain, it's still emotional. Doesn't happen to you or stuff like that.
It does, and that's like sometimes it can be too overwhelming.
Yeah,
So like uh it can make me cry. So if it's like a sad song, but like also it's natural because the song is connected to. But mostly it's just more like an alive thing. So it instead of connecting to that thing in the past, it connects to the thing I'm like living up in the moment,
yeah,
which
yeah,
can give the song another like feeling or another layer to it, which I think is more intense, but also more honest because I don't think I could like keep that feeling alive from like a person I was in love with for like a couple of months 3 years ago, and I happened to write a song about them, and then it was just like
mm,
so it changes.
yeah.
But
Do you miss playing live
mhm.
touring a lot? It's important for you to, besides making money and of course you make a living on this, but being out there, doing shows and then seeing people and then catching a bus or a tour or flight to the next city. It doesn't get old for you that doing that stuff.
I,
It's a lot of work, it's a lot of work.
it is, and I love it. But we actually just did a tiny Norwegian tour. Like we had 10 gigs,
Yeah,
and now so I got home a week ago I think, and it was I was starved on those feelings. So it was amazing, and I think people also like the audience was also like we've all been starved of those experiences. So yeah, but I'm hungry for more, if that's allowed to say.
so what has been with the new album you released? Has it been the reception in the public, in the media, in your country, Norway? People like it. That I mean, there you have every country have their own in radios their charts, right? And song goes from number one to number 10 or whatever. Is
Mm.
is 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 your stuff well known there or in your country?
It's like it's starting to be, but I don't think like I'm not that like I think I'm actually like bigger in outside of Norway, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think people like know of it here. It feels like I yeah. It's hard for me to say like to know if, but like the reception like from the like the press and stuff has been really good here in Norway, and more than I thought I was gonna get. So, but I don't know because I don't like pay that much attention to all of that because I don't want it to affect me that much, but I know it can mean a lot, but I just wanna meet people and like make music, and then I don't know how many people in Norway likes it, but I know my parents like it, and
yeah. Like we say before, in Norway, I interview like 6, 7 people. Right? There are so many great musicians there, so it's hard to um, I don't know, be number one, whatever that may be, or be popular. Well, no, because there are so many. So many of the artists, they are they are kind of well known in your own country, but they are you have a big audience outside your country. So
Mm.
it's easier to I don't know, maybe be popular outside Norway, suppose that than being there, right? So.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think also like we have a lot of great like Norwegian artists that like sing in Norwegian too, which
Yeah,
is like really good. And but they don't reach outside of Norway.
yeah. I couldn't understand a word.
Yeah, but it's really beautiful. You should check it out.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, I interview. Let me remember. Ingrid Olava, a couple months ago, and she has a lot of great stuff. And of
mm,
course, half English, half Norwegian. Some of the best track that I like from her was in your own language. I couldn't understand anything. Of course,
yeah.
I need to look it up, right?
Yeah.
Google Translate and look it up the lyrics. But
Mm,
even if you don't take the lyrics, right? But put my kid phone, it's a beautiful song, man. You know.
mm,
But outside your country, right? If you want to be known in in Europe or here in the United States, and you have no choice. You need to write in English. You need to sing in English. So, have
mm.
you been here? Have you ever played tour here in the
Never
States?
played, never played there. No,
You need to
but
come up, man. You
I
need to.
know.
It's hard to get a visa. I was told that you need to pay a lot of money, and yeah, it's very expensive. I don't know why they make it very difficult
I know.
to
But
shoot.
we're actually working on it, so we'll see if we'll be able to come. But
Well,
like,
come
yeah.
here to Washington D.C. There, when I say Washington D.C. area, right? D.C. area, meaning the three states, right? There,
Mm-hmm.
there are hundred of venues,
Oh,
too many places. I can send you names of the like five venues that I can put you in touch with. That if you send it like a sample, I'm
mhm.
quite sure you're going to get booked here because your stuff is good. Um,
I hope so. That would be amazing. But like, yeah, I don't know how like when we will be able to do it, but like it's yeah,
it's the plan from the
that's
future.
a plan. Yeah.
So are you now in the 10 gigs that you did in Norway? You plan to where you singing the new material and you plan to continue playing that kind of stuff and then down the road what's a new album or because it
Mm.
seems to me that you always write it, right? Same as you may
But
have 10 hits or 0 hits, whatever, and but you always have to write stuff, right?
yes, and so it's yeah, I wrote like yeah, we played like a lot of the new stuff now when we were touring, and then my plan is just to like I'm having a tiny like break with like cleaning my mind, and then I'm just starting to write for a new album. I think I love albums, and I love the like yeah, I don't want to do like uh, singles or like I want to do like a package of songs where you start at the beginning and then you go. So that's my plan. Do that again, but something new.
How long does it take usually end to end, right? To put 8 or 10 songs to it, like a year?
Maybe, yeah. I think a year is like, and yeah, I think that's possible.
Between writing it and recording it and producing it and releasing it, there's
Yeah, a year, definitely a year.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And well, your stuff is great, man. I'm most happy with your with your music, and you're very talented. Plus, you're a very good person. So you should come out, do a tour in Europe, and come to the United States. People will like your music, man.
I hope so. That would be great. Thank you.
Well, it was feel free to mention if now that we talk about the plan for the future, you mentioned your where our listener can buy your music and. Feel free to mention that. Where's your people come? You have like a website
Well,
or
and
Bandcamp or
uh,
Amazon.
the only thing I use is like I have a like my Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook page for my profile is kind of where all the information comes, and I don't have like a home page yet, but like we're trying to make it, but I can't decide on a name, So need to
Irismusic.com.
yeah, probably, but I want something fancy. So
I don't know. Think about something. Iris stars, like you know, like the witchy
yeah,
dressing.
the Iris the witch. Okay, yeah,
That
that
would
could
be
be confusing, but okay.
stuff like that. And then, are you when people reach out to you via Facebook or Instagram, is possible to buy the physical CDs and vinyl,
I,
or just digital?
the vinyl is like we have like already done all the things. So, but it's like the production time was like 3 months, so it's not done until September.
Yeah.
But then we already have like a pre-sale out now, and then there's like going to be a sale when it's out. But that's
And buy CDs. People like to buy this.
yeah, like but this is only by vinyl. I don't know if you will make CDs, but like I think vinyls is that's like going up again. Like people are
Oh
doing
yeah, big time, man.
vinyl. Yeah,
I'm interested in buying all of them. When I will send you another email, and yeah,
yeah,
I'm interested in getting every copy of your CD or vinyl, whatever you have,
yeah.
and because I want to listen to stuff. I don't like yeah, digital is great, but I like opening up the album and put my headphone, listen to the CD in the car when I'm going to work or whatever.
Mm,
I like physical things. I don't.
I agree.
It's like a PDF book with a PDF on the computer, or getting the book itself.
Yeah,
Open up. That for me, I need physical. I need to touch stuff. I don't
yeah.
know. Plus, when you buy a vinyl, right, an album,
Mm,
you're forced to listen to all the track, right?
yeah.
As
I love
opposed
that.
to a
Yeah,
CD, you don't like the 10 second, next. That's
yeah.
for that.
Mm.
I don't want to live life like that. You know the
I,
expression smelling the roses?
who's that?
You know the
Mellow.
expression smelling the roses? Smell the
No, I
roses?
don't. I smell the roses.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That we live in we go so fast in life,
mm,
right? That
mm,
that we don't have time to smell the roses. That was pandemic was did for me, right? So I was going so fast in my life with my computer science career and other stuff that I do. So I didn't have time to listen to stuff. And I
mm,
say, what the heck, man? I may die tomorrow. What's the
yeah.
point of this much money or this and that? No, no, no. Music is important to me. So I need to put the project together. I need to put the right together. I need to talk with the musician and listen to my stuff and forget about the world. I have no
Mm,
control if I want to die or live or die, but I need to
mm,
slow down. So for me, the best thing that happened to me was the pandemic, because I
mm.
was able to work from the house, right? Instead of going to an office and listen to my own stuff and talk to musicians like yourself, and put in the
Amazing.
radio. So that's what I mean by smell. Slow down, man. People don't live in the present anymore. People worry about, man, I wish I have done that 10 years ago. I wish that I didn't broke out with that one or whatever. And or other people say, man, in the future I want to do that. I want to do that. I don't do stuff, man. I gotta live in the present. I
Yeah.
concentrate in the interview with you now, then next hour into something else, and
Mm,
live in the present, man. Life is beautiful, and we live in this planet with great musicians, with great music. So I gotta enjoy it. Our life, it's more
yeah,
important.
it is. It's beautiful, and I think it has been that for like this awakening during this pandemic that like you didn't have a choice. You have to slow down. You couldn't like keep doing that. Yeah.
Living 100 miles an hour, So,
Mm.
any in the last few questions, any musician that you wish the opportunity to open up or play with or do a track or do a song, any particular, or anyone in the world, dead or alive, if you
Mm.
have the opportunity to write a song or a studio session, whatever it may be.
I would love to do something with Bon Iver and like his crowd of amazing musicians. And yeah, like that's the first one I can think about right now. There's also like this Norwegian artist called Siv Jacobsen. I don't know if you've heard about her.
I interview her, of course.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And like this she's like someone who inspires me a lot with her lyrics, especially. And yeah, so maybe like I think maybe Siv is more possible than Bon, but I don't know. Maybe everything can happen. Maybe all of it or nothing of it. Yes.
Yeah, I interviewed her. She was, let's see, for the people that I interviewed for your country, hold on. I'm looking at my website right now.
Mm.
Give me 1 minute. So,
Mm-hmm.
Marte Everson used to play piano with,
Oh,
of course,
the Kite. Yeah.
guys, okay, she's very good.
Yeah, she's a.
Of course, Ingrid, I told you, Ingrid Olava,
Mm.
from your country. There are too many
Yeah.
great. I don't remember. It's another artist for your country. She's not well known, but she's amazing. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Louian.
What's her name?
Uh, Louien. Louian. I think
Oh,
that's her mother.
I
She's
don't.
she's she's
Yeah.
she's very good. I mean, very good when I say. Look at it, Spotify. Louien. Louian. Like Louis, but I think in the region they spell that way. She's very good. Uh,
Luan.
huh?
Luan. Louan.
Let me spell that again for you. Hold on. Let me give me 1 minute.
Luan.
Uh,
Mm.
do you find it?
No, I didn't. I found like a French one, or what was it? Wasn't a Norwegian one, right? Or was it?
No. She's from Oslo. Very.
Oh, okay. I need to find it.
Huh?
I need to find out. Um, maybe you can send me.
Yeah. Yeah. Louien.
Okay. Let me see again. Louien.
Louien. She's very good. She's not well known in your country, but it's too bad. That's why I mentioned at the beginning. There's so many great musicians in your country, and some some people don't even
know it yet. But we're coming for the world. Norway is taking over. Maybe.
If another artist that, if you want to listen to good music, is PHIL PHILDEL Fidel.
Will?
Yeah, Fidel. She's from the UK. She's from, yeah, outside London. She's very good too. Similar kind of music that you have. So.
Ooh. Yeah, Fildel, right? Fildel. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Yeah, and she's very good. And what else I interview for your country? I forgot now. Yeah, also interview. I think is Amanda.
Amanda.
10th George.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah. She's and still, of course, Jacobs. But there are many great, and there you're one of them, man. You're way up there.
Yeah.
Well, it was very nice talking to you, Iris. You are a great person. Say hello to your dad and keep on collecting music. And I hope to see you. I hope to see you live one day playing.
Yeah, and I will bring my dad, and then we can all talk about music. Yeah.
And then I will. I will. Send an email and then try to get the CDs and the album. The vinyl for my collection. So it would be great, man.
Excellent. And I will let you know whenever I come play. I will let you know whenever I come playing.
Yeah, you need to come here, man. You guys will do very well. There's four venues that I will that you need to send send the, like, I think you need to do like send like a demo tape or whatever it's called. They are very good, and you will do very well.
Mm.
I will send an email
Yeah,
to
do
them.
that. That's lovely. Thank
I
you.
think you need to send a CD and then booking, and then you need to work in the bees and calculate X number of shows to make it work well, because you need to pay
Mm.
how much money to tour you
Yeah.
know. And but so you wouldn't come for one gig. You need to do many.
Mm.
And but I will send some venues, names and venues. So hope to see you here, man. You're doing well. Keep on working hard. Keep on releasing. Follow your dream, man. Follow your dream. Don't
I
care about
really,
anybody else or everybody's opinion or whatever it is. Do your own
yeah,
thing and do well. And forget the rest of the world. Concentrate on what is important to you, and you
beautiful.
will do very
You're a
well.
beautiful person, and thank you for this. That's
You're a good person too. I'm a good person. I think.
yeah.
You're a very good musician too. So it was very nice talking to you, Iris.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Take it easy. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
bye.
Bye.